Mikaylalori. Your girl's back with another video, and I'm not gonna put this at the end this time. I want you guys to look at me in these two divine eyes and understand over here. Keep it light. Anything that you are projecting onto me, for me, may it happen to and for you times 10. How you feel about that is contingent on what you're sending my way, and right back at you. I am sending nothing but love, light, positivity, transformation for you. If you don't send it back, that's great. We good over here. Keep it pushing. If you're not supposed to be here, please exit, okay? I'm gonna give you guys the 5 seconds. In my little notebook today, and it's going to be straight through, so let's get started. Today we're just going to be talking about this blackout energy. I know that Instagram, Facebook were down today, and the energy actually was heavy. We had the 3-3 portal 2 days ago, 48 hours, and this is something that I want you guys to remember. The energy for a lot of these portals are strongest 3 days up to 72 hours prior, and then immediately after. So pay attention to the things that go on around these portal days, okay? Whether you partake or you don't, pay attention, okay? Stay with me. So first off, blackout energy, and this is just me, my own notes. This is nothing that I'm trying to convince you, coerce you. This is if you're here to learn and you want some added knowledge, or you just want some different insight, some different intel. So first off, we have accelerated motion, the need to choose wisely, rejoice in celebration, material harvest, balance, and universe as the overall energy. So jumping right in, miraculous energy is being blocked right now. It's actually being recourse and heavily attacked. So you need to put your blinders and blockers on, block the energy out. Ironically, I made the executive decision to put on sunglasses for this video, not even having this in mind. So, and that's the first thing this week, and I will make another video on this. If you hear the birds chirping in the background, maybe they got a message for you. You might want to tune in. But my window is open because I'm burning, my things here. But blocking the energy out right now is super important. You need to have a routine in place for things that might expectedly or unexpectedly go wrong. So be prepared. The second thing when it comes to choosing wisely is romance and connection right now. What is love? Right now, we're being called to align every connection and engage or disengage accordingly. And number 3, rejoicing in celebration. There's a huge need for you to remember to still exercise compassion, okay? And the 4th, relating to material harvest, is just the indication right now that the holy matrimony just took place, okay? And I'll get into that, I'm not sure this video, the next video, but just follow along. The holy matrimony just took place, and there are only a select few that have access, and they're Decepticons, or there are Decepticons that are trying to infiltrate in hopes to destroy a battle that has already been won, okay? And so I think number 5 messages about balance relating to this blackout energy is just to keep your composure. Do not feed into fear. And if you do, which is okay, don't beat yourself up for it. You're going to want to catch yourself quickly so that you can recover minimal damage. Moving on, so the higher frequencies right now, they're depending on your transcending and your ascension energy to carry the rest of get that together really quick. But right now, the higher frequencies are depending on your transcendence and your ascension-like energy to carry out the rest of the mission. And again, I did just say that right now what's happening is a attempt to recourse the energy of a battle that has already been won. So right now we are thinking anywhere past the 60, 70, 80, 90, those timelines, they are already set in stone. What we are seeing on a 3D level right now is a attempt, a poor one, to recourse and redirect that energy. So remember, the battle has been won, and the actions we're witnessing right now are all in efforts to rewrite solidified timelines. And you need to know that if enough people are affected off guard or unexpectedly, that's the quickest time that they can act. But if you're a part of the spiritual community, or even just see people making memes about, conspiracy theorists, or however term they want to use to identify them, you've been warned. The warnings have been here. I myself have given warnings. If you want to head over to my Instagram, apocalyptic energy is what we are focusing on right now with this blackout. I've said it many times, and if you're a supporter or you've been following along my journey, we're amongst the dead. So basically, survival of the fittest means staying alive, and you need to be able to protect yourself, okay? The goddamn CDC told y'all that shit, and y'all wasn't motherfucking listening. Get it together. It's no more playtime. It's not a time to be thinking everybody is your friend. We are actually in the middle of the battlefield. It doesn't matter if you're far, if you're near, you're actively on the battlefield, okay? Take notice of the fact that this took place 48 hours between the 3-3 portal, okay? Today, have a direct message from a special federation, and they want to say to you that we possess time until the era of complete enlightenment. All remains unveiled, yet comprehension is sparse, or sparse, if you will. In essence, Hermetic, as defined, offers insight into this current journey. Allow for universal truths to prevail. Joy and light are in plain sight and wish not only to be sought, but to be embodied. Take full control over your narrative at this time. Make sure you have ways to connect with your community, and that goes with addresses, map printouts. So think early 2000s. If you're going on a road trip, what all do you need? You needed to have directions so you know where you're going on the road. And in relation to today's blackout energy, we are the first people to experience these things. So while you're thinking things are set in stone, anything can happen, okay? Right now is a process of natural selection. Can you get through this turbulent energy that we are purposely broadcasting onto you? Can you get through it? So again, make sure you have ways to connect with your communities. You're going to want to keep addresses, phone numbers, map printouts, and you're not doing the most, quote unquote. But keep in mind, there's absolutely nothing to fear. However, what needs to be in place right now is going to become a forced hand. So we saw that with COVID. They forced their hand into things that needed to be in place, protecting yourself, which although was a physical thing, we actually had to wear masks. On a symbolic level, it speaks to not sharing the same air with people, because we are all transmitting and emitting different things at different times. If you know, you know. And so the next message is both masculine and feminine energies at this time are being asked to step into their nurture energy versus their nature energy. Think balancing acts, okay? That was a big theme in 2023. So the environmental influences, and again, my last video, we talk about the CIA, the FBI, other entities that have a hand in tampering with the energy of people who identify as chosen ones or know that they have missions for their souls on earth to help with freeing the masses, okay? Think environmental influences are being tampered with right now. Frequencies, broadcasts. Do you see that? We were posting today and just like this down, okay? That's not just a circuit cut. That's not, you're not going to get the real explanation. There is no real explanation because there is agenda behind it. Let's get it. Getting it? No. Okay. Keep following. So it's important to defy the hypothesized outcomes at this time, which goes directly back to what I was saying. The battle has been won. So when you're thinking it's so far away, you need to stand in your knowingness. The battle is over, okay? So conduct yourself in a way that feeds into that agenda that the battle is won. That is how we collectively raise ourselves. And in theme of transformation, this current energy allows for wake-up calls that with logic, hear me out, run it back. In the theme of transformation, this current energy allows for wake-up calls that with logic will transform into profound spiritual insight, even for those with no eyes to see. So if you feel like you're not in the know, I'm not spiritual, I've never been into this, there's no qualifications. If you have eyes to see, ears to hear, and a brain to think, logic will carry you through this time, okay? So do not underestimate yourself. The veil is non-existent. You're probably used to hearing the saying, the veil is thin. No, that bitch is non-existent. It don't exist. If you thought it was there, it's not. If you hear people telling you it's still there, it's not. You are mingling amongst the dead right now, okay? So pay attention. Logic is allowed and logic is encouraged. Right now, you're being asked to connect with those who have skills, talents, or simply just the heart to enlighten you or expand your personal intel. And this goes back with the themes of blacking out. If you were talking to somebody on Instagram or Facebook today, and let's say this connection went on for 4 years and that was your means of communication, today you were out of there, okay? You probably are thinking the worst, putting a million different scenarios. That is not the case right now. If you're able to keep in contact with those that, number one, have the skills, the talent, and simply the heart. I'm not saying that you need to go to someone who has a huge following and is niched on what you're seeking, okay? That's not at all what I'm saying. You just need to have a way to stay in contact in order to be able to bounce ideas and solutions with energy that is reciprocated back to you. So again, anybody that is being progressive about their journey right now, you're going to want to have a way to stay in contact with them. When blackout energy is present, it's a way to keep others disconnected. So with that, form questions and expect answers. When you're going in your day-to-day, let the questions come, figure out what it is that you need to know, and expect the answer to come to you, whether that is in a conversation with a stranger, if that's an interaction online. And even if you see something, if you say, okay, I need an answer to this, make sure you're looking for the answer, okay? Get yourself started on that journey today. Don't think that you need to be so deep into religion or have full understanding. This is what the journey is continuous learning, seeking guidance, because that's God's promise to you, essentially. Which, moving on, the overall theme for right now is, and I heard this clear, stand up for your rights. And what are your rights in God or as a child of God? Your rights are promises. And what are the promises? And we're going to, again, take religion out of it, because I'm going to repeat, this is not a religious channel. I'm not a Christian. I do not identify with any one religion at this time. I am spiritual, and my goal is to spread the message of love. Who is love? Love is God. God is love. So what are God's promises to us? Assurance of divine guidance, no matter your walk of faith, comfort in times of difficulty, forgiveness, inner peace, and hope of eternal life. So when you're standing up for your rights, understand that it's a personal journey. And when individuals unite to advocate for their, and I'm going to quote and say our rights, the collective impact within that community, God's children, it's significant, and it has the ability to grow beyond anything that you could even fathom. Again, this is our first time being around these things. You do not know what is possible. So while we encourage to think limitless and to go above and beyond what you could just initially think of, you need to think big. One conversation, whether you have 4 followers, whether you have 10 followers, whether you have 10K followers, is providing an answer, okay? Don't think right now that you're wasting your breath. if you're speaking from a higher vibrational place, which means you're not trying to be combative, you're not trying to argue, you're not trying to change anybody's opinion, you're not trying to get someone to join your immediate beliefs, we're not doing that. What I mean by engaging with reciprocated energy is like-minded people who are speaking from a place of love, kindness, compassion, faithfulness, not only to themselves but to the creator. That's what you need to be around. Remember, only your internal algorithm is important at this time. That's the only thing we can control. So if you're controlling your internal algorithm, you are naturally going to draw people near you that are on that same timeline, okay? If you're on your phone and you're a foodie, what is your page gonna look like? You're constantly going to see food from different creators, and you could see an Asian meal one day and you could see a Jamaican meal the next day, but you like food. That's the common denominator. So what is your internal algorithm at this time? Take it a step further. If you like shoes, more than likely when you log onto your device, what are you going to see? Shoe pages, shoe reviews, curated to what your interest is. So right now, if you're not in that place, you're being asked to refine your heart space and get acclimated with those that are encouraging you to do the same, already on that journey, or simply just want to reach out to encourage those that have just begun the journey. So don't focus on anything that you can't control. Water is very important at this time. With ascension comes ascension symptoms. A lot of people might experience just overall tiredness, drowsiness, feeling a little bit more lethargic, or just don't have the overall same energy that they have on a day-to-day. There's nothing to fret about. Just know that with spiritual insight and upgrades, as a lot of us like to call them, it comes with, your physical vessel feeling a little bit drained. So what you put into your body at this time matters. And after this blackout, I would encourage you guys to even just do a 48-hour detox, 72 if you can, to just really purge that lingering energy of a orchestrated yet unexpected attack. If you want to know what crystal to use right now, I'm definitely encouraging a red jasper. And with that, you're going to have a stone that looks something like this, and it's used for grounding, stability, and vitality. It's useful for enhancing your physical strength and endurance. It also stimulates the base chakra, which promotes a sense of security and protection. It encourages emotional stability, courage, and determination. The most important thing is that it facilitates a deeper connection with the earth's energy, which is needed at this time. And with that note, you're going to want to make sure, even if you just have 10 minutes to look up into the sky or get your feet into some grass, if you're in an area where it's not grass, just really get out and listen to what you hear. And if you don't know how to do that, just get quiet and let things come to you. Write it down, make a mental note, or sometimes you don't even need to do that. Just be really present in the moment and ask yourself, what is it that I need to know, and allow it to come to you. With that, I am going to log off. I love you guys. I am appreciative of the support constantly, and I look forward to growing with you. I will catch you later.